Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today is day 94 of the 100-day project. And it is also another day of the Scrap Timber 2025 challenge, which is a collaboration with Crafty by Tony and Margaret from Seven Plaza. So today I am going to make some labels because I need some stuff for in my sewing journal. And I am just making some ephemera. Really, that's all I'm doing. Just going to have a little fun. I have some little things that I can decorate up. I have all the bases cut here. So I have a whole bunch of labels, pieces, bits and pieces. Nothing has been really put together. So that is what I would like to do today. I am going to start. I have a bunch of playing cards. And playing cards seem to be what everybody is all excited over. So I have some playing cards and I'm going to they've already been covered with music paper, and then I've ripped the music paper off. So they've already got some kind of a base. They have some book page, but the backs are still like this. And I kind of want to turn them into journal spaces. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue them to this sheet of tea-dyed paper. And it's a scrap of tea-dyed paper. I did it got stuck to a couple of other papers, so this one was no good. And if I glue them on here, then I can cut around it, and I have 7. Can I get one out of here? No. So I will have 7 journal cards made out of playing cards. So that's what I'm going to do first. I am grabbing my Fast Grab tacky glue. And I am just going to make sure that the hole is nice and big. And then I'm just going to cover the back of these with glue, and just sticking them down on here, making sure it's flat, and going to the next one. And this way I will have the front of the cards to decorate, and the backs will be able to be little journal spots or little pockets or whatever I want to use it for. But right at the moment I'm thinking that I just need to do something. And really, like, I don't need very much journal space again. I have all my journal space bases because I made those last week in a big mass make. So this is kind of just a play session. Some days I just need to do something to feel creative, and this is a fantastic project. So one of my favorites, actually. I'm just going to make sure that this is all nicely attached. I'm going to turn it over and just rub it down. And I have I had something I could use to make the glue go smooth. I guess I'll use my fingers. go. I can always touch up if I need to. Like right here. Come on, glue. I think I took my my spreader out into the kitchen. I was gluing some pieces on the counter there while I was cooking. Yeah, I do that. I live in a big open space, so it's not like that's a really weird thing to say. It is just down 5 meters away from me. Whoopsies. Okay. I always push down on the cards and make sure that the glue kind of seeps out. That way I know for sure that the cards are attached to the paper. And I got one more. Do I have one more here? Whoa. Turn it over. I'm just going to make sure everything is nice and smooth on the other side. Why is it that I really don't have anything to use? Well, that works. That works very well, actually. I'm not quite sure where that green is coming from. Oh, no, I don't know where that green is coming from. Weird. Okay, this is all well attached. So I'm just going to let this dry before I start cutting it. And I am going to glue the tops. This is the tops. And these are the bases. So let's see how many I can make today. I think I want some vertical ones. I always make horizontal ones. And I think today I want to make some vertical ones. And some heavier paper. Different colors. This is going to be pretty much 60s, 70s, 50s journal. So there can be like multiple colors in here. Oh, I like this one too. And a green. I have 10. I want a pink. Always gotta have a pink. Do I have anything else here? A solid brown. And I have an orange. This is a purple, I believe. Yeah. All right, I think I have a good mix here of what I want. So put these aside. These can be put aside as well. And I am just going to lay them out like this. And the funny thing is I don't have OCD, but when it comes to lining things up, it has to be just so. Why do you think that would be? It's just so weird. All right, so I have my tops, and I'm going to lay them out on top of the bottoms, how I see that they should be laid out. So this is just brown paper bag. Nothing overly exciting, just brown paper bag. This one is not cut very nicely. That's better. I think I want some different tops. I think I want some ledger paper. Some of this. And I have some of this. I need two more. I have a avocado dyed. And I have another avocado dyed. There we go. So I am going to take my little glue, mostly because that way I can just quickly go all the way along the edges, and I do have to squeeze, but it's not as hard as the other ones, or the big bottle there. I should probably ink around everything, but I forgot for this one. Oh my goodness, why does it not want to go? It's crooked. Let me grab my vintage photo. And let's see if this still works, even though I put it through the stencil paste, or the texture paste the other day. So it's another little mass make, but that's the easy part, or the easiest way to get these done. Just make a whole bunch. I always have some cut, and then I just, whenever I feel that I need something to do, I make a bunch because they're ready to go. So the size is, I believe it's 1.5 by 3, and then it is 1 inch by 2.5 inch or something like that. If you really want the dimensions, I can look it up. Do I want the front or the back? I think I want this side. Decisions, decisions, decisions. And I'm just inking around the tops because I'm gluing them down, so I won't be able to ink around them anymore. The bottoms I can ink around after. There we go. Ta-da! And then we'll just go around and glue this down. And I am making sure that it is very tight to the edges so that it's not messy or crooked or anything like that. And I usually decorate them with a bunch of labels and then some toppers and stamps, and that's what I use. It's fun. It's just letting your own creativity flow over these tiny little art projects, really is what they are. So it's Tuesday today. Oh, I have such a terrible relationship with Mondays that I'm always happy when Tuesday rolls around. So very simple to do. Yeah, so all I did was I cut a strip of 1 inch wide, a couple of strips of 1.5 inch wide paper, and then just cut 3-inch pieces out of that. And then ta-da, you could also do cut a 3-inch strip and then just cut 1.5 inch pieces, whichever you prefer. But this is a fantastic scrap buster thing, so it's a great scrap timber project. And I see many people doing labels like this or tickets like this. Just the other day, I think I saw Hither and Yon do this. I believe I've seen Kate Marshall do it for ink paper art. I've seen Margaret do it for Seven Plaza. I have seen Tony do this. So this is nothing new. It's just a question of how do you decorate it? What do you do? And then everybody is kind of similar as well. There's always some mixed media involved, and some toppers, and some fussy cuts, and so yeah. I figured I may as well join the club, right? I look at this as little art projects, and they, if I make them correctly, they can go in all different places in my journal. Need a little bit of a decoration on this page. There's a label. I need a little bit of a decoration on this pocket, and here's a label. I need something in this pocket, here's a label. So that's kind of what how I use them. I use them all over the place. So I go through them pretty quickly, and especially if I'm making them for a specific journal. Of course, I have like a box full of ones that I've made that are not specific for a journal, or ones where I've just been playing and they're pretty messy, and like they're nothing that I am going to show off. All right, there they are. So I have 6, 12, 13. What do I want to do? I have some stamps, so I think I want to start there. I'm going to start with my grungy stamp, if that is okay, because I can use that on all of them. I try to move the stamp so that it doesn't come out the same way every time. That's not the easiest thing to do, but it's okay. There we go. They've all been grunged. Let's see, what do I have? I have these. I think I want to use those first. I'm going to take that off, put this on, and I want some gray. I have hickory smoke here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm not going to do the same thing on all of them, of course. That would be silly. So I'm just putting this one on all the plain ones. There we go. It just gives it a little design, a little texture. It's nothing over the top. And then I will use want this one. Those are big decisions. And I'm going to use some black soot archival ink. And at the last moment, the stupid thing decided to move on me. Okay. And this one can go on all of them. Because I like it. I think it's cute. So I'm putting them all in the same place. Mostly because that's easiest. Less thinking. Oh, this one got nothing. I guess we'll leave it like that. It's probably supposed to be like that. There we go. And I'll put this away again. So I think I'm done with these. And now I'm going to put some dates on here or some numbers on here. And I want that in the ground espresso that I had earlier this week. Maybe vintage photo. I don't know where I put the ground espresso. Vintage photo will work. It'll do the same thing. So I'll do the bottom row with these, and then I'll find a different one for the top row. There we go. There. And I'm going to do that one in black. So I'm just going to gather them all, move them to the front, move the other ones to the back. And we'll use the black soot again. Okay. What else do I have? I have multiples that have a number on it, like where it says number so and so. Grabbing the gray again. I like it. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. I'll zoom you in a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully you can see all of that. Oh, I want this one on everything. This says clothing card. Oops. So I want that on all of them. And I want it in black. I want that to be very clear. Oops. So, for a funny story, it's not funny, haha. For a story, it's always something when you're on Facebook and there is the Chamber of Commerce advertising about your ex, about who cheated on you during your entire relationship, saying that he is an outstanding member of the community. Oh yeah, yeah. And all you want to do is say, who are you kidding? Are we talking about the same person here? Yeah. All right, what do you think? I think they're very cute. I have from the Eaton's catalog, I have all these, like, and that's an Eaton's catalog from 1972. All these little ladies. And I think I can fussy cut around them and glue them on there. I am going to fussy cut off camera. That is not something that I like doing on camera. Because that's a lot of work. These are bigger, so they can go onto the playing cards, the bigger ones. But all these little ones can very nicely go onto these, and then it kind of works for my journal too. So it's the green with the green, and that one can, this is orangey, so that can go right there. Now I'm mixing and matching. That one can go there. This one has a little bit of blue in it. So let me go that way. And this one has some orange. So it's going to go right there. This one works. That one is good. I'm going to go right there. I think this one can go right there. There. I think that would be lovely. So I'm just going to fussy cut around these, and then I'll be right back. So I'm not sure what happened. Well, I do know what happened. So I had a 15-minute video where I put everything back together, all the labels and everything. So you see me gluing, you see me inking around everything and putting it, the whole thing together. I recorded it in slow-mo. So it is a very slow process, which also bunged up my my storage on my iPhone, and it created total chaos in making this video. So I'm really sorry. That one little piece is gone. I've had to delete it. I can't recreate it. But you've seen me put labels on things before. So I'm just going to show you what I have done, and I'll show you them one at a time. So I fussy cut around all the images from the Eaton's catalog. And then I found labels that would correspond with the colors a little bit so that it would be all complementary. Then I put a hole reinforcer on it, and I punched a hole through it and put an eyelet in. So I've done that for every single one of them. I'll show them one at a time. They're very cute. They're white on the back. They have so lots of, you put notes on it, you can put journals, write little pieces on it. Not me, my writing is huge. It's like my personality, it's all huge. So yeah, once I figured out what had happened, I was so angry at myself because I moved my tripod up a little bit, so I can't see on top of my phone what I'm doing when I'm recording. And that's where the problem came in, because I just blindly hit record and apparently hit record slow-mo. So I think these are very, very cute. And I am so disappointed because it was I was having so much fun putting them together. Even the journal card, or the playing cards. So these are just the playing cards that I put the tea-dyed paper on the back, and then I decorated them exactly the same way as the labels. And I think they're fantastic. Look at this one with the little pieces of yarn in there. And then I had one more that I wanted to do, so I used some of the vintage pattern pieces that I had, and I fussy cut around that, and I glued that on here. How cool is this? Look at the heels on this guy. You see that? The clothing is fantastic for this journal because it is 50s, 60s, 70s journal, and having the 70s clothing, and then this is the 50s, and it's just adorable. I'm very happy with the project. I am not overly thrilled with the video, but it is what it is, and I cannot change it. I can't pull everything back off the labels and recreate it. And I've already spent 4 hours today trying to figure out what had gone wrong. And that's how long it took me to figure it out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, even though I'm missing about 10 minutes of work. And please subscribe to my channel so you can see what else I am going to be up to, because you never know what you're going to get. Some days it is smooth sailing, and it's been smooth sailing for a while. And now suddenly there was a massive hiccup. I have a couple of cool projects planned for the next few days, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and you'll get a notification when I am posting it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!